What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have PONKE up on the screen here. This is the 1 week price chart. Going to break down the macro here, talk about alt season waves 3, 4, and 5, which is what we are sitting on at the moment. So real quick, just a breakdown of what's happened in the past using Elliott Wave theory. Blue is the 5 macro waves. And then this last wave here, this 5th wave, there's actually a 7 wave move that I talk about on the channel all the time. So if I invert this, you'll be able to see it, and it's our crashing pattern. So it's 5 waves down. You come back into the 4th wave like we did here, and it drops down one more time to take out that 5th wave. So this is a 6 to take out that 5th wave here for a 7. And that's a 7 wave move of the final 5th. So that's how it looks. I understand it's a little goofy. If you're not familiar with Elliott Wave theory, then yeah, that's going to be just a bunch of random jargon to you. But that's what we have here from a wave count. And that's something that really we wouldn't have been able to tell until late. Like right here, you'd count the 5 waves, right? And you'd be like, okay, we're done. This would be the area you'd really want to drop below to confirm that we were probably getting like an A, B, C, or 5 wave move down. It didn't. It held right there at the 4th and popped up. So that's a tricky one. Not expecting the average trader to be able to time that ahead of time. Right now, 5 waves moved down, and we're waiting on our macro move up. So like we've been talking about across the board, right now waiting on waves 3, 4, and 5 here for PONKE. And that's going to actually that'll end up being like these blue waves. So let's go ahead and do that for you. Stay consistent. Right now, it just looks like, some of these you won't be able to see on the weekly, like back here, because it's just moving too fast. But we're looking for a 5 wave move right now within that 3rd wave. You might be able to see it on a daily, but either way, we're waiting on the 3rd wave of this 3rd wave. Get what I'm saying there, fam? All right, cool. And this is a lot of Elliott Wave theory stuff, guys. I talk about that a ton on the Quantum Circle, a couple videos a day, entries, exits, strategies, in the private Discord where you guys can ask me questions. Link to that in the bio. So now what we're going to talk about is these waves and what are our targets. I did put out a video on PONKE in the past with some Altseason targets. Those targets are going to be a little bit more bullish than what I'm going to talk about here today. I want to stay conservative right now heading into these last few waves because it is going to happen violently and it's going to be in a blow off. The other thing too that is going to be difficult is PONKE's market cap right now is only 62 million. That's a very low market cap. So these targets that we're talking about, I have targets that are past these. Okay, because it is a lower cap. It's only been around for a year and a half. Not a ton of data on it, and it hasn't been around in an alt-season environment yet. So what we're going to be looking at for PONKE, just basic TA here, is we're going to be looking up, around $3.32 is what I'm saying right now is going to kind of be the base case. So let's pull that there. And that still gives you like a 29-30x from where we're at, which is insane. But that, excuse me. Nope, not going to sneeze. Oh, okay. So 29x from where we're at, that's some math there. But that puts us at like around 2 billion if I do it really fast. 2 billion on a market cap there for PONKE. And the whole market's going to be worth trillions, right? So that's already a pretty violent move. So any targets I have past that, which are still possible, and again, smaller cap, so it could happen, I'm more comfortable with us staying right here for now. And typically how this is going to move, so that's our 5th wave move up to there. Typically how this is going to move is on this 3rd wave, we're either going to get back up to that high, but oftentimes we will exceed that high up to the 1618. So we pop off to there, and then after breaking through it, we come back down to back test it. Now, in this 4th wave, in a typical alt season, we're looking at like 35 to 50% corrections on alts. Well, the smaller the alt and market cap, so like PONKE, sub 100 mil right now, they're going to get smacked even harder. So probably closer to that 50% crash from here. So it should take us down into the 618, 786 range at 50%. 48% gets us right here to the 786, around 67 cents. A little bit deeper, 702, 53%, 618, 58%. I'm looking at these numbers here, and again, we're speculating right now. We're going to have to take it as it comes, but I'm looking at like the 60-cent level to be a nice round number for this fourth wave to come in and bounce. Additionally, if I look over to the left, I want to look at past price action, okay? I see that this fifth wave originally topped out right in that level. Between that and like the 786, you also have this third wave that was just short of that too. So we're using this to theorize, right? You use math to theorize. We use past price action to figure out where we're going. And that's what it's looking like for PONKE for the time being, guys. So on the wave count measurements, that would put our first wave at 250%, 3.5x. This second wave, or this third wave, excuse me, the biggest, at like a 14x. And then our fifth wave from here, if it ends up down here, going the full extension, closer to 438% or a 5x. So it's really going to depend on what happens right now in this third wave. If this third wave gets stopped out in between the 618 and 782, well, then this would adjust this and we can adjust stuff, right? So I will keep you guys in the loop as we get moving here throughout alt season. But what we have to do is just show how typically these things move in the past. This would be a normal price movement for a structure. Not to say that it's going to do that, but when we are theorizing, we have to use probabilities, right? And the highest probability is that it would move in a fashion like this. And so that's where we are at, my friends. That's what I got for you for PONKE. Run up to 130, back down to 60, blow off to 330. And that's a lot of gains, guys. Like I said, join the Quantum Circle. Link to that in my bio. I'm giving you guys all the alpha over there. If not, just happy you guys are here. If you can follow, like, repost, been doing TA a long time. Just want to help as many of you as I can. So I hope everyone's having a great Friday. I will talk to you later.